preparing to live stream.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I'm just going to assume it's going because it says YouTube. Welcome to Humanity Unboxed. Lovely to see outside. It feels like we're going into the light finally, Michael.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We knew it. We knew. We always say being on Earth is light. Being
Yes.
alive is light. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I say, "How are you alive?" You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because it's not a flouscal. It's a true thing. I'm alive. That
Yeah.
means a lot. Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been dark for a long time. It's still rainy and miserable in the UK. I saw
Yeah.
somewhere the other day, the UK is the place with the fifth less sun. I don't know, but it's difficult. It's difficult to be without light for long periods of time. Where I think this is where you found your place there. There's
Mm.
definitely more light in Los Angeles than
Yeah.
there's in Austria.
Yeah.
I
No,
think.
and my asthma, eczema, all the stuff that I had, allergies,
Mm.
got rid here. I
Yeah.
visited here and it got rid of it. So because there was more light, but probably I belong here more than where I was born. You know?
Yes, yes. And that's a lot about the stories that we kind of mentioned earlier before we came on here. Just, we told that um we need to fit in. I think we were talking about neurodiversity, for example.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about family. Family comes first, but the same as your home comes first, and where is home?
Yeah.
We
And
still,
society comes first. Society
yes,
comes first, right? What
society comes
everybody,
first.
the generalization is the killer.
Yeah.
It's the self-destruction of humanity when you generalize humans. Oh, I feel
Yeah.
great in that house. Why don't you feel great in the house? That
Yeah,
house is not for me. I need to be in the other house.
exactly. Scott and I were actually talking about this the other day, how some people, yes, sometimes you're just doing so well, and the same another person in the same environment with the same things are just not.
Yeah.
Um, to recognize our differences,
Yeah.
and not to play it down. So like when I'm doing well, I can't now go, you're not doing well, so there's something wrong with you. It's appreciating those differences and understanding that, okay,
Mhm.
this isn't your place or your space or
Your
whatever.
resonance, your
Your
resonance, not
resident.
your, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not right. Your resonance where you're supposed to be, right? I mean, supposed to be with whom. And I'm not saying this is the house is bad, the other person
Yeah.
is bad. See, this is the thing. It goes, oh, this resonates with me, so I'm gonna go only with that. No, but be aware of it. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can't. You have kids. You're responsible. You said I'm responsible for the children, right?
Mm.
So see them as different souls. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have nothing to do with you. Basically, you gave birth to them. They
Yeah.
are, and to experience how you love them, how you
Mm.
not love them, to experience that. So it's an experience. Being alive is an experience, and
Yes.
that, no?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and that you see the generalization. When you're married, you always have a perfect marriage. You have to have always perfect kids. No, in
No.
the challenge is the learning, the growing, right? And
Yeah.
when you fight that, so resistance, insistence to have it like that way is
Yeah.
resistance, and resistance is stagnation, dead.
Yeah.
When you resist, you hit the gas and stop, push the brakes at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why I say tolerating. I always talk about tolerating, not no tolerating. People say, you're mean. No, because you are the best for all, for your kids, for when you are you.
Mm.
It You're the best when you are you, the most you, because nature, with harm to none. Harm to none is always the base. Harm
Yeah.
to none, and when you are you, then you don't hurt anybody. They might not like what
Yeah.
you do, but they
Exactly.
learn.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's also their problem, not mine.
Yes.
Whether
Yeah.
they like it or not is not my problem.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also it's not your problem if somebody likes you. It's
Yes.
not your.
Or not.
It's not saying my kids must love me. No, they don't. No,
No.
they don't.
No.
They have to live the experience, and in the experience, they might hate you for ever, for 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
but you need to allow them to experience the hate versus to say, what can I do to make it better? No, no.
Yeah.
You just say, I cannot do this, or I am not incapable of giving you $1 million that you can buy a Ferrari, my boy, for example. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm incapable. Help me. So make him cooperative. Make him. What would you think? How we can get you a Ferrari? If
Yeah.
I don't know it, but let's think about it, and not just quick.
Yeah.
The system relevant is always the quick reward.
Mm.
It's a long game. Life is a long game.
Well,
Yeah,
an infinite game, maybe even. There is no end.
yeah,
There is maybe, I think, it is learning to communicate and learn to kind of not level up, but to kind of progress in experience. And I think
yeah.
the more we progress in this experience, the more we realize that the moments are the most precious. Like this
Yes,
one,
because
not
we
that.
are right now here. You and I are right now here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's important. And
Yeah.
and also what I see is like a lot of people do um, they play this game, this theater, right? This generalized theater. That's what I
Mhm.
call the system relevance.
Yeah.
Because it
Or
is a theater.
society, for
Because
another word.
because if we don't generalize, we can't have a system,
Mm.
right? We have to generalize because so can you live, or are you condoning, for example, that we all love each other and help each other out and have boundaries? See, both. It's the thing. It's like
Yes.
help each other out, be human, but
Yeah.
also have boundaries. That your daughter and your son, or my family, my sister, and they are different souls. They need to experience their experience, their life.
Yeah.
This
Their
is
way.
also
Mm.
this is not. We said that before. I think for rights, this is an this is the education.
Yeah.
Education cannot define themselves, because actually being on earth is the education.
Yeah.
The awareness. The awareness.
If you allow the experiences,
Yeah.
if you're lying on the couch watching TV all day long, then you're not allowing the experiences.
But
You
even that, even I wouldn't even judge that, because I
yeah.
find more and more out, because I'm doing the education, the latent learning.
Mm.
When I'm in one meeting after the other, I need quiet for
Yeah.
neurodiverse, especially for the latent learning to. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, you come, because we have such a close relationship.
Yeah.
You come all the time in my. I think? What would Michelle say? And then I
Yeah.
I access your, because we're all interconnected. Then I access our mastermind, which we do here. We show
Yeah.
it people. Then I access your mastermind without talking or anything. I don't need to talk to you. I say, oh, that
Yeah.
would be good. Yeah. And then I send you something, or I do
Yeah.
something. So I'm always in connection with all my friends. That's why I'm very much tending to my friends, not as long as this human centric. If the friends
Yeah.
are system relevant, that's their
Yeah.
choice. Not that they're not having access to me, but it's their choice, because I know that human centric is the center, is everything.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any system without humans. There would not be, or
No,
there
they
wouldn't be.
wouldn't. I mean, but because of humans going out of touch with themselves, we are giving too much power to systems. So a system
Yeah,
should never have power. A
yeah,
system should be the tool. And yet, even you just made me think of, even when you're building a website, which is a system, or you're building a
yeah,
system in essence, you can write in what's the word now? Um, exclusions, or rules, so you can say, if this not that,
yeah.
um if so, I wonder, in this human-centered system view, how do we um make sure to remember that there are always exclusions. There isn't a one way. There isn't
But
a
not an
there
exclusion
isn't
to.
a yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and not an
Yeah.
exclusion to
8 billion
segregate,
exclusions, though.
segregate,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a segregating, but an exclusion of your preferences. Preferences is important. and that creates boundaries.
Up to a point,
Yeah.
as to um not creating distraction, because
Yeah.
we've found ways, it seems like, this younger generation, to find distractions of bullshit. You know, I
Yeah, well,
want
it's
to be a
yours, your
cat, or
pursuit.
I want to be a mushroom. I identify as a whatever, you know, which is now a distraction, because who are you? You know, like, you
But
know what I mean?
perhaps you're very, you have an intimate relationship. Let's say I want to be a mushroom. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm
Want to be
playing.
a mushroom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and and I want to be a mushroom. That's what system relevant I was conditioned to, and resonated to mushrooms on TV or comics or whatever. So I want to be a mushrooms. Perhaps this is showing me. I'm saying it's everything is
Yeah.
possible. Not that I am have a real good relationship with mushrooms or bears or whatever the animals that I have. I think because animals show very little what they really are. I mean, we
Unless you
perceive,
look, unless you listen.
unlike you and I,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
look, and we still don't know anything. We look and we have a very good relationship with animals. But I've also very good relationship with very old people and very young people because
Yeah.
they have the wisdom. The
Yeah.
old go into the awareness, and it doesn't matter. I talked to my friend here, 95 years from. She knows everything. She's from South Wales.
Yeah.
She. I mean, I've 4, 5, 6, 9 over 90 friends,
Yeah.
6 or 7. Yeah, so. And I learned so much. And some people, they say, "Oh, you're dementia." All these people that I know have zero dementia. Zero. They know more. They're more neurotypical to talk to me in
Yeah.
their language
Yeah.
that I wouldn't have. I couldn't express it that way.
Yeah.
They express it so I understand it. And when I understand and you understand, then that's really good because we are neurodiverse and our understanding is very unique. It's
Yeah.
unique understanding, and
Yeah.
that basically all comes to communication.
Yeah.
Humans need to interact to see
Yeah.
that they are all one. And
Yes.
if people,
But we are segregated within
exactly,
in everything we do, whether
everything,
it
everything,
is, yeah,
everything.
everything.
This is not this horse. This is that horse.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter what horse it is. Is this soul alike, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're so nasty, these horses. And I say, I love this horse, and the horse loves me. So that's the solution, right? Now it's not because that breed or that dog or whatever. I've seen bulldogs that are darling, and I've seen bulldogs that are nasty. That's what I always say.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter the segregation
Yeah.
when you stick this. It is not important that what race you are, what gender you are, or whatever. There are goods and bads in both. And
Mm.
good and bad is not really good and bad, but it shows you that's not where you need
Not
to be
yours.
at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How many people were in really bad gangs and all this stuff, and then became or in prison, and they became totally human centric. They were
Well,
all about
they
money.
were always. So this is the theory that I've been playing with for quite a bit.
Super.
You know, like the Hells Angels, for
Yeah.
example, or the Black Panthers, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
They were the bad ones,
Hmm.
This is also just story. This is not necessarily real.
Yeah.
But when one of
It,
those people, they
yeah.
always help the whole. They don't
Absolutely.
they don't
100%.
discriminate against the
Yeah.
color or the race or the sex or the gender. If there are people in need, I think it was now in New York where the Black Panther
Exactly.
stood up against the ICE. I've had a very good friend who was part of the Hells Angel, softest, darling friend. He had post-traumatic
So
stress,
fun. It's so
because
funny.
he came from the war,
Yeah.
but yeah, so these are all misconceptions that we have, and masks, and all these
And
things.
goggles that we look through.
Yeah,
We say, "Oh my God, this guy has piercings all over, and he's holding. Oh, he must be really hard." And
yeah,
actually, it's opposite. The people that are the worst as a different in all things, are the nicest people. I
Yeah.
see a guy always that is strong. He works out. He has tatted all over. And I said, and I start to know him in the coffee shop. He always, and then we say hi, because
Yeah.
didn't say, oh, I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
So we say hi to each other, and we start talking, and he's the
And
sweetest
so
guy.
exactly, but there is an element of the boundary is so strong for a lot of them because of previous hurt or because of how they think they need to engage with
Yeah,
others, or
yeah,
there are reasons for this what do you call it, bravado, or like
yeah.
the show that's being put up. I remember so well, and I hope one day I meet him again. My husband had a team of Zimbabwean workers when he was building in South Africa, and we got to know the guys quite well.
Mhm.
We spent weeks at the river. They would cook, and we would sit
Mhm.
around the fire, and they eat.
Yeah.
And we would talk Zimbabwean politics and all kinds of stuff. And there was one guy, his name was Ranganai, and he always it looked very scary. I was never so sure about him, so I was very, and it we became such good friends because he was such a sweetie pie, but he had, he
The appearance,
survival. Yeah, it's all
the
survival
systemic,
mode.
the
Yeah,
systemic appearance, how to survive in a system. Because
exactly, exactly.
because there's nobody in the jungle says, "Oh, you have a tattoo, you shouldn't," whatever. They look at you as a being first.
Yeah,
That's why I say we always have to look at our only common denominator is being human.
yeah,
That's why we need to say that's our common denominator. So harm to none, live
mm,
and let live, and then we can engage into growth, and that's the growth of us. I mean, perhaps there is no system relevance in other worlds, but in this reality of you and me, there
yeah,
is very much. And systems are very systems. Why wouldn't we say over the noble intent of systems? We create. We don't create systems if we don't want a noble intent. Hey,
mm,
take care of my horses. I can bring you food. It's the exchange of value and the ability to do something. I'm a good finder, you're a good tender to the horse. So
yeah,
let's exchange uh, collaborative creative species that we are. So
yeah,
and then I go for the food, you tend for my horse.
yeah,
And everybody can actually amplify the ability versus generalizing everything. And they said, we need that ability, the system ability, and nobody has it. We need to communicate, and nobody can communicate.
yeah,
It's just like,
yeah. Yeah,
I said,
because I mean, you made a really good point. I think before we started recording or going, whatever,
yeah, yeah,
about making it complicated. You
yeah,
know, this is the corporate world. This is the system. Words are used.
mm,
Pages is in a contract, and it's in legal language, or it's the terms and
I'm
conditions,
morning. Yeah, yeah,
and the fine print and this. It's always complicated. There's no access. We've now created access in a way because we've created AI,
yeah,
where I can now go to AI
yeah,
and put it in and say, give me an understanding. But now I still need to trust the system
yes.
with AI, and that's
And that
that's
doesn't work
no.
because
It
because
could work. It could work if I could trust it, but I
updated.
can't really because I have to be able to double check it all the time, and then
But
yeah,
but we say to everybody, we say, don't trust me, don't trust you. Make your
mm,
own opinion. I want to empower humanity. I don't want to disempower. Oh, we have the answers. We don't have any answers. We just express our what we want to communicate, that people can actually interact with each other without any fuss or any system relevance. We never talk about when you do this, you have to do this.
no,
No, you do it. That's why do it yourself rises so much up, because people see that they can do it themselves. They don't
yeah,
have to use this. The system makes you comfortable,
mm,
like the comfort zone. There was in spirituality, was a which is also general spirituality.
yeah,
There,
yeah,
there was in a new age. There was
yeah,
get out of your comfort zone. No, be
yeah,
in the comfort zone, but don't take what you try to do as oh, I need to go to suffering to get it. Do you
Yeah.
see how you can make that
Yeah.
verbally? How you, when you don't give the understanding and everything's short,
Yeah.
you are misunderstanding the words.
Yes. And I think comfort zones can be dangerous because at some point it is good for us to be in and comfort zones meaning uncertainty, not
Absolutely.
suffering. Suffering,
It's
no
not
one needs to suffer.
hubris. It's
Yeah.
not hubris.
No.
I don't give a thing. I just jump of a mountain. I just do crazy stuff. If you
Yeah.
need that, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. But not a generalization.
Well,
See,
it
the
might
moment
get hurt.
no, but the moment you generalize it,
Yeah.
if you know the people that have a very fear, like I know from a lot of uh, skydivers, they need to go once or twice skydiving every year just to get rid of their fear of death. You know,
Yeah, Michael, I'm very, very scared of heights. So
me
I thought
too.
it would be a really good
Me
thing
too.
to go
Me too.
jump off a bridge. So
No.
I went bungee jumping.
Yeah. And
Being,
didn't
yeah,
didn't
just
change
kidding.
it.
No,
No.
no, no, it was not. I'd never want to do that again. It was
See,
horrible.
that's
Just
not hubris.
horrible.
If hubris would say, "I'm gonna go every week bungee jumping," just
No,
sit on
I
the
will
no,
never go bungee jumping.
ever no, because you go
No.
because your nervous system cannot digest it. That's what's going on with neurodiverse people and every people. Oh, when you always shock your nervous system, the nervous
Yeah,
system wasn't made to inhumane things that I go to a roller coaster and freak out. I always think I'm so scared. Why would I go to or seeing a scary movie? Some people get tremendously stuff out of that, but
yeah.
I don't, and I don't think
And
generalizing.
no, I also think we change.
Also, yeah,
You know, I always think maybe it's, yeah, I used to love roller coasters. Now, no thanks. I'd much rather, I don't know.
we change. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
always a
we
new
change.
reality.
Or scary movies. I just find it traumatic to watch some of these things.
Yeah.
My husband was watching a Bird Box or something yesterday. It's like, but I internalize it too much now. Maybe I've
Scooter.
changed.
He was
No,
scooting around
yeah,
in our thing.
he loves his end of times and apocalypse and everybody's dying. It's like I don't really do, I
But
don't
I
like.
can see there's a lot in there too. You know where you are. You were a roller coaster. Right? You were like just so numb. You just yeah, and now you become more aware. I don't like roller coasters anymore. I don't need that. Then you
No.
needed it, and now you don't
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe my nervous system is also too shot. It's
yeah.
completely shot. It just wants peaceful
No, no, no.
surrounding
The
and
more
nature.
the more sensitive your nervous system, the more you're aware. If you're not having a sensitive, if you numb yourself out by constant stress and distraction, the less you get aware, the more you become to survival because it goes
Yeah.
back to, you know, in order to exist, I have to do that.
Yeah,
But you
but
have
your nervous system, I think, can also just take so much of stress and survival and
it's
stuff, and
energy.
it
Yeah.
shuts down as to, sorry, I'm not playing this game anymore. Been
Yeah.
there,
It's
done
a
that.
game.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's a game we're here to
yeah,
play.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And we choose to play it. So if we go into like that infinite game thing, there's a really good book that I read a couple of years ago called Finite and Infinite Games. And I can't remember the complete premise of it all, but so finite games have rules and they have
yes.
structure and they have a beginning and an end. When
Yeah.
when your king is in danger, or chess, the game ends. It's a finite game. But in an infinite game, there are no real rules. It's more flexible. It's we have to be able to communicate with the other players. We are part
There's
of.
no finite. There's no finite in life. Nothing is
No,
finite.
finite games are sports, and it's
Yeah,
games that we play.
system.
Yeah,
The
it's
system
outside of
looks
life.
for finite. You do this, you get $1 billion. How you
Yeah,
got the $1 billion comes out in 5 years, and you have to give it all back. So there's no
yeah,
finite. You're not done because, and that's why also successful people they
mm,
keep doing and success and systems too. Can you hear me? The bell is ringing like crazy. Okay. So it's like the final. It's like the system makes money with something, so we stick with that because people know, human know, this is life is a game and it's a masterclass. Nothing is forever.
Yeah.
You know, our podcast probably will not be forever. We don't want it right now, but nothing will be forever. Your kid will not be your kid. Your kid will be a man. Your kid will a lady. Your kid will that. It's constantly changing reality. But if you resonate positive, it will be good.
Yeah.
It will
and
be.
It will be bad sometimes.
No. It will be good because it will be good. This is my best friend. Oh, from here.
Oh, yes.
Adolfo, yeah. His name is Adolfo.
Hello, Adolfo.
Hello, Adolfo, she said. I'm doing a podcast. Look in there, Adolfo. We were worldwide. Adolfo.
Hello. Hi, Adolfo.
Yeah, we're worldwide. But,
yes.
see? We are on YouTube right now. Now, I wanted to bring it on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay? Bye.
Nice to see you. Oh, brilliant.
He's from Guatemala.
Oh, yes.
And he has told me about the pyramids that are bigger than the pyramids in Egypt.
Yeah.
And when you clap in your hand and it makes a sound. It's so constructious that when you clap in your hand, it makes a sound.
Oh, wow.
It's
yeah.
like,
yeah. So when are you going to go to Guatemala?
I don't know. But he's the janitor here, and he's such a brilliant person.
Yes.
I live what we say. You know.
Yeah.
I call him I'm calling the mayor for this community center here. Because he's so good. He's so human, and he can talk to all the girls, all the ladies come to him. The guys, he's great. You know, he's great.
Oh, brilliant! And how long has he been in the US?
I don't know, long time.
Long time.
But yeah. I think 20 years. I think. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, it was really good to meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should invite
him.
And
you know, I have so many South Africans here too.
Oh,
so
really?
Lizzie and the other guy,
Yeah.
So I love this community center. This is the best community center ever.
Yeah, because there's
that I could find.
There's you know there's differences. It makes life interesting to hear about people's experiences in different spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's so great also talking to other people from other nations or whatever
cultures,
because and it could be he could be horrible and he could be nice. That's why I say he could be the greatest or the worst. So never look at the appearance of a person, you know. But system relevant, they say, I've learned so much about.
Look at the world at the moment. The ones that are supposed to be the good ones have all the bad files, and the ones that are supposed to be the bad ones are being you know, it's all bullshit, really.
And even if you're good, the system can make you bad. They say you, and so from education and all this stuff, it just makes you giving up you. Never give up you. You exist, and that's why you exist as a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Of nature, you're not in nature. You're of nature.
Yeah.
So always, priority always is nature, not nature, which means human or nature. Because if the system is anti-human is anti-nature, and everybody knows you cannot win against nature.
No.
So you have to be pro-human, 100%. If you hate him or love him or good or bad, and because that's always getting you. Nature will always get you straight. Got me straight.
Yeah. And that involves humans.
Yeah, because they're part of nature. So you can't segregate that, and they want to segregate that, and that doesn't. And so we become worker bees. So no. Worker bees for systems.
Exactly. Yeah, this is this time change nonsense. Our clocks
All
just
this stuff, all this stuff.
yesterday. I'm exhausted. And
I'm
it's not
sorry.
like no, it's not, it's like it's just so silly.
I feel for you
Yeah.
because I feel the same. You
Yeah,
know, we did it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks
yeah.
ago.
And it's just an hour on a clock on a external device that I don't wear a watch.
System relevant. You make yourself sit there. I don't have either. Look, no,
Yeah.
no watch,
No,
nothing.
also I haven't worn a watch maybe for 10 years. No,
Yeah,
maybe
me
less,
too.
8 years, something like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't imagine being controlled by it. But when you have other people
It's good.
that
It's
has to
helpful.
go
It's
places
helpful,
and yeah.
but it's second priority. When your
Mm,
kid gets sick, you don't look at the watch. I have a
no,
meeting when, let's say, Clara gets sick. You say,
yeah,
Michael, I can't do this thing. You just be responsible telling me, and that's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Thank you, my
Thank you
friend.
very much. Very, very nice.
Yes, enjoy your sunshine. I see there's a lot
Yeah,
more light on the other
yeah,
side.
it's overcasted. I think they sprayed yesterday again.
Yeah,
But uh,
it's still coming again.
yeah,
But I have no
the
clear
system
sky.
wants to get light, get rid of light, get rid of this, and segregate humans.
We
But
won't.
it's okay. Humans created that.
Yeah,
Humans, so we can change it.
yeah.
Yeah, at least in my perception, we can change
And
it.
in my world and in your world,
Yeah, we
we'll
can
change
change.
our worlds.
We love the earth, and we love everything, trees and everything,
Yeah.
and animals.
Yes.
Animals are the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel so when I see animals, I feel so about the love, about what
Yeah.
love is. The unconditional love. They just like not the conditioned love. What is
Yeah.
love? Valentine's Day? No.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
because they don't have to do anything to get love, so
exactly.
they
They're
teach
just
us
being. They're
that
just
part. They
being.
just be.
They're just monkeying
Yeah.
around. And
Yeah.
the animals just monkey around.
Yeah. We're busy training our cat to
Oh,
drive in a car because we have to fly with her and then
I
drive
know.
with
Yeah.
her and all of this. So yeah, it's lots of training happening on this side, and she's responding quite well, quite interested. Like she's becoming more vocal and she talks to us more, and yeah, so it's a good process.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
It's
next.
good. Life is good. Okay.
It
No
is good.
matter how it shows up, it's still good. When you go by that, you can always
Move
you
forward.
can get enjoy it. It's easier
Yeah.
when you say life is good, whatever however it shows up.
Yeah.
Oh, I was dumb.